The earth is just a crumb in a supermarket filled with the resources. Sky is not the limit for the space, but the imagination is the only the limit.
Imagine every satellite go dark for just 1 minute. The global economy would feel it.
Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh said very recently, innovate at the speed of relevance. If you don't make money, don't take it up.
Don't just study satellite, build them, launch them, own the sky.
Sky is not the limit. We value the metals, gold, platinum, whatever it is, silver, like that, and we value the energy. Even the land exists. Bangalore, nothing you tell about that. But space, you look at here, everything is infinite, supply is available. So the earth is just a crumb in a supermarket filled with the resources. That talks about volume, why to space. Yes, why told why, then why now? Why we waited all along? You look at here, that talks about the space tech has moved from exploration to utilization. I think that is the juncture we are sitting there, and already it is moving that way, and we cannot lag behind. We cannot be a passive spectator. So that calls for a speed, and the speed is determined by the cost collapse and commercial demand. Now SpaceX has overtaken almost every one of them. Okay, single-handedly it keep going. But here it is not only the launch, it is a service also keep adding there. So that this dimension made them everything there, and again the lower the launch cost, the reusability. I think this is the things whatever I told, and multiple launches. I think these are all the parameters get plugged into this revolutionary numbers. And that again you look at here. What led to SpaceX creation is really look at here, Roti Kapda Makan we'll talk about. Now internet, even the baby comes out also whether my house is a Wi-Fi. I think that's how advertisement, not only advertisement, I think it's really happening also. Kids also keep asking where is my Wi-Fi. So that's way it's when it's keep moving. So then you cannot have an isolated one few places around internet. Anywhere to anywhere internet requirement also is keep coming. So this connected, put together only, this revolution of number of satellites keep moving. And the lower cost to launch also has come. All put together, now you look at here, the total dimension, the reusability, low focus, miniaturization, and faster iteration cycles have collapsed the launch economy very, very drastically. In 2024, as two years back, 70% of the turnover for the sector was driven by the commercial revenues. I think that is another dimension has come. The lower the cost and the complexity of the technology has come down, miniaturization has come down, all putting together, this transition is happening. I told the speed now you can understand what is the speed in which these things are keep moving forward. India contributed only 2% of this revenue. Whatever we're talking about the global, 2% of the revenue only it's keep coming there. But now we are thinking about, we are planning to go about from our own thing, from 8.4 billions to all the way to 44, trying to come to the 8% of the global space economy, whether we can reach. And in this, whatever it's looking at here, the glaring thing what you are looking for is commercial money point of view, more than upstream and midstream, downstream, flowers out in a much bigger way. Okay, just indicative numbers, but this more or less globally also it translates almost similar thing. SpaceX is not because of launch vehicle or the satellite he makes. What is going to make the satellite phone revenue? That is going to multiply in big way. Almost every one of the operators also keep happening. This again, as I told, Earth observation or navigation or communication point of view, where we stand today. I think you look at here across the globe, the space economy is flowering it out because of the services. But now you look at here, the quantum of money being infused into the Indian space market at present time, when you talk about 2%, the downstream point of view, the numbers are less. Downstream point of view numbers, today it's less. But it needs to be increased in a multifold in a way. US model don't work in India. Why we are talking about is India specific requirements are there. Towards that, India specific required imagery is to be given. So requirement is why it's happening. For example, you take for the average size of the US versus India, if you take here, average size of the farm is around 500 acres. 100 acres we're talking about here. Here we are talking about 5 acres. Okay, so the imagery content point of view, there is a challenge is coming. Similarly, marginal error for the 10 meter plus minus 10 meter resolution is there imagery. So this is 3% error US is concerned. But it is going to be here in India, it is going to be a 30% error. Okay, like that, positional requirement also, your requirements. Accordingly, the business impact is concerned. Profitable insurance point of view, it's possible to do that. But here, small payout will come because the insurance, whether they able to rely on our imageries, is a big question mark. These are all the disparities coming there. Because of that, definitely higher resolution images is called for. When we go for the higher resolution images, it has its own implication. But for that, another set of systems needs to be given. That is the opportunity. And today you look at here, there is an affordable one third the cost. Not only we made the Chandrayaan cost effective, now this system also we made cost effective, and across nearly more than 150 installation already happened. Within Bangalore, 4 installations happened there. So wherein the surgeon is sitting here and doing an operation a few meters away. Now we have taken this few meters away to few hundreds of kilometers away. That means the satellite is enabling to connect it to him, to the robotic system is concerned. Not only that, this enables the surgeon can be moved around. He can be anywhere, he can get connected there. I think this is the India specific thing we connected using the satellite connectivity of today's technology available. This is what happened. So this is what I told, sky is not the limit. What all application, India specific application you can show, and that you can make it locally, that can make it globally. Space tech enables that too. It's only convergence of the technologies.
You are with a good group. I just knew from the WMG what they are doing. They will tell you risks. Because many won't tell you. In academic you go, or a scientist you will go, you'll say, oh, very, very good. Even a politician will say, why don't you do this? You have to see whether you make money with reasonable risk. If you don't make money, don't take it up. Space economy now stands something around 470 billion US dollars. Top countries are USA 58%, China 18%, UK and EU, European Union 10.4%, Japan 3%, India is 2.5%. Okay. Now they target a 44 billion for 8%. Image processing system, many are there. There certain policy things are necessary. What he said is 30 centimeter and all. Why are we controlling? This is where our government controls have to be. These are all some things which you have to go through. This thing, then spectrum release and other things will come. Now, when it came to Operation Sindoor, it is reported that Pakistan got from a company high resolution imagery 2 months before of the Pahalgam region. What is that company? I forget the name now, it would change the name. It is a Spanish company. It has been operating for more than 10 years. They give for anybody the exact thing what they want, not raw data. So you give an imagery, Baba, I don't want imagery. You give me what I want, this particular one, what is happening changes. Give me every week.
We are not here this evening to talk about the space exploration or a national pride alone, but those are matters. But we are going to talk on capital, investments, emerging opportunities, and corporate involvement. One thing is clear, space is becoming infrastructure layer, something we will all relay, just like roads, power, and digital networks. This is a blank slide where before we talk about the opportunities, let's talk about the dependencies. Imagine every satellite go dark for just 1 minute. The global economy would feel it. If that blackout lasted an hour or a day, entire sector would stall across any domain. All GNSS dependent system would start degrading immediately, something like aviation, maritime operations, telecom, financial networks, even mobile networks rely on GNSS timing for synchronization. This is invisible dependency we never notice until it fails. When economics changes, power shifts. That is the capital efficiency. In 2005, putting 1 kilogram on orbit it cost about $20,000. Today it is about $2,000. Hardware has moved to standard small satellites like CubeSats, built from commercial off-the-shelf components in fast iterative cycles. When the cost axis failed tenfold, and hardware shrinks to 100-fold. This single sentence is the foundation for everything else in space sector growth story. Even with projected growth of 44 billion by 2030 or 33, we remain far behind many other nations. The next frontier for India is not only engineering, it is commercialization. Private capital, corporate leadership. India must convert capability into industry, otherwise it risks remain high capability but low commercialization nation. India must now build its own commercial engine with private participation. We have InSpace, we have space policy, we have private sector liberalization, have created the right environment. Now corporate India must step in. These are some numbers. We have working with 32 plus institutions, brought into single working architecture, over 10,000 students with hands-on mission experience. We have 15 satellites ready for the launch, 3 satellites already launched. We have 7 ground stations installed. We have 73 patents on various technologies. This is not a STEM awareness campaign. It is a working demonstration of capability, competency and capacity built at national scale. Those numbers tell a simple story. Capability is no longer the bottleneck. India has the talent, the institution, the IP, even the flight-proven hardware. What we need now is acceleration. And acceleration comes when industry steps in with capital, with a scale and product thinking. The truth is the global orbital economy is a strategic frontier. It's happening in real time and will impact every sector. India has capability, India has talent, India has the momentum. What it needs now is alignment of capability and capital. It's a defining moment for corporate India. Thank you.